So how do you expect the Senate to expunge cyber stalking when Eduwoko, who abuses the police, who uses the police to oppress people? Not me alone, a lot of people from his village. How would the Senate serve the interests of people when criminals have dominated the Nigerian Senate?
Provision of 477 of Maya. The police have to do the trial of a corporation. Not for a corporation to properly be arranged and be tried before a court. A representative of that corporation must be appointed. And that easily goes to the issue of jurisdiction.
That the issue that the person to represent the corporation has to be appointed.
Has to be appointed, sir. And this is a co-defendant.
Okay.
And there's no agency in criminal law, sir. Since he's standing a trial, but no, he was sat in the door here. He was in the door here. When he was sat. But when he was in the door, he should be already submitted to this court.
So we are defending many cases in several courts that politicians, public office holders who are afraid of questions of their character, they are using that law against the citizens. If you have a reputation, the court is there. What is very, very important about this law and about this kind of charge is that people without character, it's very easy for them to hide under the law. In a civil suit, if you say you have a reputation that has been defamed, you must prove it. You must prove it. And the defendant will come out with what you have done when you are in primary school or the secondary school or the university to tell the court that what you don't have you cannot tell. But under this law, they are using this law to oppress innocent citizens, to suppress the media, to suppress freedom of speech. And we must rise up against it. We must. That is the business we are doing in court.
This court ruled that my cell phones be returned to me by DSS. My cell phones that they took from me when they raided my hotel and arrested me in 2019. There is a ruling of this court that they should be returned to me and I will be paid 2 million naira as damages. The DSS has not, that's the federal authority, because they are the police, have still today not honored the ruling of this court. As a matter of fact, I think these people should not be allowed to be coming before this federal court to violate the integrity of the court when they do not respect the rulings of this court. This is a judgment by Justice Chike, before she retired. Yes, and I raised that before you in this court as part of my own evidence that I had no contact whatsoever because my devices were seized, and the court of law, this federal high court, ruled that these devices be returned to me because some of this evidence that they are asking for are also in these devices.
Well, maybe why you were calling for that
yes, I just wanted to take judicial notice of that.
Reminded the judge that the DSS has refused to return my devices, 2 phones. I think it's an iPhone 13 and another phone that they took illegally from me when I was kidnapped in Lagos. The judge was surprised and he said it will be part of the conversation in the future. But what our lawyer has said about this is very important. You can imagine the role the media has been playing in recent days, revealing the looting of states by state governors, including my own state, Ondo State, where the governor has become an apparitional governor, only seen by spirits. But he has also spent 7.6 billion naira on contingency expenses. I don't know the meaning of that. We have Lagos State, where 2 billion was spent to buy perfume, and now they have adjusted the number to 2 million naira. Even 2 million naira is too much to buy deodorants for the whole of Lagos State. And you have Osun State, you have Abia State, where they spend almost 1 billion naira on meals, feeding alone, and only spend 25 million naira on education. What we are saying here is that nothing stopped the governors from also using cyber stalking to arrest all the journalists and commentators online who have been championing transparency across the country. That's exactly what it's all about, and this is the reason why we do this. We could have decided to do what other people do, which he requested. I mean, Ned Nwoko, that we should come and plead with him to drop the charges. No, we are not going to plead with anybody. He is the one who came to court to disgrace himself, and he must be disgraced. But funnily enough, those are the kind of characters you have in the Senate. So how do you expect the Senate to expunge cyber stalking when Ned Nwoko, who abuses the police, who uses the police to oppress people? Not me alone, a lot of people from his village. How would the Senate serve the interests of people when criminals have dominated the Nigerian Senate? That's the problem. When you have lawbreakers appointed to be or elected to be lawmakers, you say elected, quote and unquote, because most of them did not win elections, and you want them to go and make laws that will serve your own purpose, you are wasting your time. So that is the reason why we are pushing this in court as lawfully as possible. But where necessary, we will also take other actions necessary. By all means necessary, we must liberate this country from the claws of criminals who have hijacked our country. Thank you very much again for listening to us. We'll be back in court on December 5 for my treason trial.